Hello everyone and welcome back to another Mountain View Soap Co video. My name is Hannah and today we are going to be making my maple sugar soap. I made this guy last year, sold out, so I decided to bring it back. It is inspired by the photo on the screen now. I took this photo out back in my woods in my hometown in Vermont. It is stunning and I am absolutely obsessed. Now I am using a different fragrance from last year, and this fragrance is a crazy accelerator. I've never used a fragrance before that's accelerated a soap better so quick, so I just started stick blending, and this entire process is not sped up. It's like a 20-second process between it setting up crazy hard and me stick blending. So I'm going to start pouring now, and by the time I finish my pour, I can't even get the rest of the soap out of the actual bowl. I can't scrape anything. I literally just have to pour what I can, shake it out, and then I'm leveling the rest with the spatula. How insane is that? I can't even shake it to go into place. It is accelerated so fast. So that is why I decided to change the design a little bit of this soap from last year. If you were around at that time, I didn't have the YouTube channel, but if you look way back on my social media, I have a couple posts on it. It was an in the pot swirl last year, but this year, maple pancakes, which I'm calling the soap maple sugar. The fragrance is maple pancakes by Aztec Candles and Soap Supply. The crazy part about this is before I could even get it in the oven to gel, it started pre-gelling and almost fully gelled because of how fast the acceleration was. Before I go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. Like the video. And I want to hear whether or not you have had real maple syrup. Now, I'm not talking about any pancake syrup that you get from McDonald's or, they used to be very popular Aunt Jemima type of syrup, pancake syrup. I'm talking about real, authentic maple syrup. I grew up on it. I cannot eat the other stuff. It is just not good to me. So I want to know below if you have ever had real, authentic maple syrup. I also want to chit chat with you a little bit about the frosting because that really is the star of this show. I am obsessed with the way that these leaves look. I actually ended up making all of these leaves individually. I had to make like 108 of them or something crazy like that, and I only had one mold to do it with. I've since now bought 2 more, so now I can at least do things a little quicker. I am plopping on a brand new glitter blend called Sweater Weather from the Good Glitter. You guys know I love the Good Glitter. They are very near and dear to my heart. They are great for the environment, biodegradable, and have the most stunning blends ever. If you want to grab your hands on some Good Glitter, you can hop into the description box below or head to the Good Glitter and use code Mountain View Soap for 10% off your purchase. You can use the Good Glitter on your face, on your skin, in your soap, in your wax melts, on your soap, on your wax melts, on your candles, anything. It is great. It won't break down like normal glitter will, and I am just absolutely obsessed with it. It made a great addition to the soap. The last time that I had made this soap, I actually used 4 colors of leaves instead of just 3, but I found that the leaves started breaking off in transit. Of course, I hadn't started doing any sort of shrink wrapping at that time to keep my bar safe, but it did start to cause a little bit of issues, so I decided to just go with 3 and make sure that they were really, really well set inside of the bar and they weren't going to fall off or break or anything crazy like that in the process of cutting the bar and also sending the bars to you guys. I am so excited to remake this soap tomorrow. I have to get making those embeds right after I finish doing this voiceover, but again, this is just a really stunning soap, really screams fall to me, and is honestly a very essential soap to have in my fall collection. So I'm really excited to be able to bring this back and not make it a limited edition soap anymore. Last year it was a limited edition soap because of how long it took me to make and how new I was at making it. And this year I'm actually able to make a decent amount of bars. So if you would like to grab a bar of this soap on September 9th at 7 p.m. Eastern, then you should be able to. I shouldn't do anything crazy like sell out. But definitely wish me luck because I am praying that I'm able to get the base in the mold again like I did this time before I before things go wonky and crazy. I didn't even realize that this actually accelerated until I tried to make some cupcakes with it, and thankfully the cupcake test went terribly wrong, so I was really prepared for the base of this, and really hoping that I could get it in. I was worried I would have to switch the fragrance, but maple pancake smells so stinking good, and it really brings out that maple scent. Last year I used maple walnut fudge, I believe, from Nature's Garden, and it was okay, but it didn't really scream like maple to me, so I really wanted to make sure that I got a fragrance this year that really did scream maple, and this maple pancakes fragrance really does that for me. I also wanted to shout out our Instagram because I am doing a ton of reels and sharing a whole bunch of content over there, as well as behind the scenes and stuff like that. So if you want to follow along on that type of stuff, you can go ahead and do so. I will plop our links in the description so you can check it out. And here's a little close-up for you of what the bar looks like. And I did actually cut this on camera, and I was really hoping that I would be able to show you the little like ding sound because of how hard the bar was, but I was actually watching The Office for the 18th time. No jokes there, actually 18 times. And I couldn't post it because of copyright and, whatever. So this is what the bar looks like. It's very basic on the bottom, but the top just shines right through. And at this moment, I was sitting there and saying to myself, what am I missing? What part of this bar is like not correct? And then it hit me. The one thing that I was missing from last year is a little bit of my fairy duster from Mad Micah's. So I'm going to show you in a moment what that looks like, because I'm like, I know I'm missing something, and there's something here that just doesn't really look right, other than the fact that I'm only doing 3 colors of leaves instead of 4 colors. And then I realized that's what it was. It was the stinking fairy duster. So I went and I grabbed that. But other than that, this soap is just very near and dear to my heart. This was one of the last walks that I was able to go on with my pup Sasha before we had to put her down. So it's still a very near and dear kind of like soap to me and experience to me, and will always allow me to remember her and kind of our time together and stuff like that. So not to get all sappy on you or anything like that, but that's why I continue to remake this soap. And maple syrup is also very near and dear to my heart too. Here's a quick close-up for you of what that looks like with the glitter on there. It just brings the whole thing together. It makes it look way better, and I love it, of course. So that's what that looks like. But yeah, I grew up with maple sugaring season and all of that stuff, so it was something that I really wanted to make sure that I always included in my soaps. And even though sugaring does happen in the spring, I really just wanted to put it in the fall collection because that's when the leaves change and that's when the photo was taken. I may bring this soap back in the spring, but it's all going to depend on how things go. Also, as you can see, I had to cut this 2 separate times, and the reason for that was because the leaves were a little bit off between when I switched my ruler, and that's totally fine. Thankfully, I was able to make it work, but I did get one bar that was basically 2 bars and ginormous, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that guy down and make sure that it doesn't be like it's not a ginormous bar of soap, because that would not be easy to use. And also, I wanted to give a little tip in here because I've been seeing this a lot on Instagram. If you ever think a handmade bar of soap, whether it's mine or somebody else's, is too big, you can always cut it in half or even cut it in thirds, and it makes it not only easier to use, but it also extends the longevity and the time that you can use your bar. That is going to do it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back here on Sunday for another video, which I can't remember what that video is, so we'll have to figure that out on the way there. But have a great rest of your Thursday, and I will see you here, same time, same place. Bye!